We came into the hospital when I was 29 weeks because I had some bleeding, and we were kept in for a few days until the bleeding subsided. But during that period, Dr. Fatton, my OBGY, came to visit me on numerous occasions, and they were monitoring us, trying to see, the cause of the bleeding, etc. And they were able to get it under control quite quickly. But their priority at that stage, because I was at risk of going into premature labour, was to get the steroid injections for the lungs for the babies. So they focused on that, and they did that when I was 29 weeks plus 1 day. But they were able to get the bleeding under control, and a few days later I was discharged, which was great. And I'd had both doses of the lung steroids to help the baby's lungs. So I was able to go home about 29 weeks and 4 days, but unfortunately the next night or the next morning after going home, I started bleeding again. So back into hospital. And at 30 weeks and 1 day, they had to go ahead with the emergency C-section because of placental abruption for one of the babies. So that was at 30 weeks plus 1 day. So Dr. Fatton was the one to let me know. And at that stage, we had met Dr. Khalil a number of times. He'd come to talk to us in the maternity suite about why we were getting steroids, what the potential scenarios could be if they were born early, what to expect if they come as early as they did. And yeah, that's it. That's how we came to know. Yeah. Terrified, terrified yet I suppose reassured at the same time, because we were seeing Dr. Fat, and she was telling us every day that the babies don't come is a better day for the babies. And so we managed an extra 8 days from when we were initially taken in to when the babies were born. So that was in some ways a great achievement. So we thought we had actually done well versus having babies at 29 weeks unprepared. So we had a week to condition ourselves and get used to it. So yeah, it was still a bit terrifying, but we were in the right place to have the baby. So this little man was in NICU for 6 weeks, Andrew, and Liam was in for a little bit longer, 7 weeks. Andrew was in for 6 weeks, and after he was discharged from NICU, we went to the maternity ward for 2 nights, so I could just spend time with them, making sure I was comfortable to take him home. Being a premature baby, they have some nuances that other babies don't have. So I was really happy with that, because it just gave me the confidence to know that I could go home with them and they'd be fine. They're great, they're thriving, I hope. They're busier. Yeah, they're getting a lot bigger. They were tiny, they were so small, but health-wise they're good. Yeah, they came out with, so please God, there's nothing. Yeah, all is good. I had a very, very positive experience. I think the team in NICU are super. They're used to me crying. Yeah, there are a lot of tears, but everybody's very supportive, and it's like a family in there. So you never felt bad leaving, because you knew that they'd be looked after. But they're lovely, they're very supportive. And they answered all our questions. Yep, absolutely. They were very patient with us. we had lots of questions. But they're really super professional. They know what they're doing. You can tell they're so experienced, and they really put your mind at ease.
Yeah, I think the atmosphere in there is quite good. It's obviously a very stressful time for parents, and we weren't the only ones that were there. There's a number of other babies in there, but yeah, I don't think we ever left the NICU in any doubt that things were going okay and that everything was being taken care of. And I think even just the banter and the fun and the conversation between the staff that were there and ourselves, and went a long way to give you a lift when you come in. And yeah, it was really good up there, really excellent. And obviously with Dr. Khalil coming through on his rounds, and you met him nearly any day we were there. Whenever obviously he was off the end of the phone when you needed him or not. Yeah, that was very positive, very good.
Yeah.
And obviously the end result was getting these two guys out
Healthy.
yeah, healthy.
Healthy.
And yeah, so yeah, it was very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't say enough good about the guys
Yeah.
in there, and then the guys as well.
And yeah, the doctors, a super team. They're very close knit. You know, they work very well together. They run a tight ship, you know, but they're very nice and they're very supportive. Yeah, a very, very stressful and traumatic in many ways, but also very positive. You know, positive experience when we're out the other end, and
Oh yeah,
you learn a lot. You learn a lot about yourself, and you learn a lot about, you know, about what's required to look after these guys. They train you as well. They trained us really well. You know, they give you the confidence, and you know, you left. You know, they're telling you you're ready to go, so you felt ready. You know, so no, they're a super team. Yeah, very positive experience. Yeah.